Hi, welcome to Crafty Little Things. Today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely Halloween treat box. It's made using retired DSP, which I think is still on the clearance rack for a bargain, but you're not going to get it in time for Halloween now. But you could use up any stash you have got, or you know, you don't have to make this box just for Halloween, it can be for anything. And it's got little sections in it, and it's got little bits of chocolate in it. So I'm just going to show you how to make it. I'm going to make it a little bit differently because I'm sort of going to line the inside a bit better. So I did start this video earlier and I made a mess with scoring, so I'm just going to run through quickly. You need an 8x8 piece for your box base, and that needs scoring at 1.5 inches on all sides. Okay. Then you need, for your lid, you need a 7x7 piece, which needs to be scored at 1 inch on each side, but just move it away from the edge so that you get that little bit of allowance so your lid fits well. Then you need a piece that measures 9x7, and that needs scoring at 1 inch on each side, but then once you've scored it at 1 inch on each side, you want to also score it at 3, 4 and 5 on the long side. Okay, so you want to be scoring it at 1, 3, 4, 5 and 8 on the long side, and on the short side you want to be scoring at 1 and 6. And then for this little piece, this is where I made my mistake. You need this to be just under 7 by just under 3, and you want to score this at 2, 3 and 4 inches. Don't score it at 1 inch, 2, 3 and 4 inches. Okay, and that's your scoring done. Oh, sorry, I whacked that on the table. Right, so we'll take our box base, and what I'm using for this is the outside, is the backing sheet that you get when you buy DSP. When you buy speciality DSP, you get, or foil or any speciality papers, you get quite a thick board, which is more like a chipboard. But when you buy DSP, you get this sort of thick card as a backing, and it's really useful for making boxes and stuff out of. So I'm just going to cut up the bottom right hand score line on each side. It does have a glossy edge to it though, so I'm just going to notch in. You don't have to notch in, it's a matter of choice, and if you're really precise with your cutting and scoring and folding, you probably find you don't need to notch in at all. But some of us aren't that precise, and some of us are doing it quickly because we're on a video that we don't want to run into 2 hours long. So there we go. So now take some Tombow or tape or whatever you want to use and put it on the reverse side. Yeah, on the reverse side of your tabs. Not that it really matters because this is just white cardstock. You can see for the other one I used a lovely speciality DSP for the base. I used this spotty foil, so you can use whatever you want. Line up the edge of your paper with your corner there that's been burnished, and just fold it over. I was thinking it's a bit late to be doing Halloween projects now because it's Halloween on Tuesday, I think, or Monday, even, is it Monday? Monday or Tuesday? But then I thought, no, it's not, because it's the weekend and maybe people are just getting their little Halloween bits and bobs together. I've just found some time to do some little Halloween fun things with the kids. I used to love doing crafting with my kids when they were little. they still like crafting now. Yeah, especially my daughter. My son's a bit creative in other ways now. He's a musician, so he's like, that's his creative outlet, I think. Right, so that's the base, and then we're going to do the lid. So I absolutely love this foiled spider's web. Absolutely love it. And I've got quite a few of them, and I've really put off using them until, you know, I thought of something really, really nice. And I just love the way they look as the lid on the box. And when I did that one there, people have come into my office and seen it on my prototype shelf, and have all commented on how lovely it is. So yeah, it's definitely confirmed that it's a winner. So again, we're just cutting up the bottom right score line, and then we're going to put our glue this time on the right side. I think the other one, yeah, the other one's got a tag inside for someone to write in if they're gifting it to somebody. And don't think about, you know, like I say, this could be a Christmas box. It could be, it doesn't have to be for sweets either. It could be for homemade biscuits or cookies. It could be for jewellery. It could be for makeup. Even Halloween, if you've got somebody in your family who loves to get dressed up for Halloween, like my daughter, then making her a gift of some Halloween makeup, this would be good for that. We'll pop a pair of fangs in, and especially, you know, if they like their speciality fangs that cement in and stuff. And their fake blood and stuff like that. So you could make up a little kit like that. You could put a face paint in, you know, the little round palettes, little round face paints. The white one especially we use a lot of at Halloween to make people look ghostly. And the green's a good one, black's a good one, or black eyeshadow. Yeah, so that fits beautifully. And there's our lid. I just love this box. I just love it. I mean, and like I say, it's not just for Halloween. It can be for, even with this cobweb on, it can be, I didn't notch in, and I probably should have done there because I've got a couple of stragglers. But yeah, it doesn't have to be for Halloween. It can be for anything. So you could use the haunted house. I'm going to use the brick side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to burnish my score lines at each end, first of all, because these pieces are going to fit up the inside of the box. Okay. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to score an inch that way. Sorry. Silly me. Yeah, you need to score an inch there and there as well. Silly me. So I'm going to fold all of those up. And then this, where you've got your 3 score lines, that you can see, probably see better on that side. The middle one wants to be your mountain, and the other 2 want to be your valleys. So that one looks go like that. And those 2 want to be your valleys. You'll hear mountain and valleys a lot in papercraft, so you end up with this shape, okay? And then we've done that shape at the sides. So obviously when we put this into our box, these sides are going to come up and these sides are going to come up. So So what we can do is we can cut away this and this. So we're going to cut away these 4 here. If you can't get in, just fold down what's in your way. So we're going to cut away these 2 squares here at the end of our little mountain and valley bit. And we're going to do the same on the other side. I think this is the best way to do it. There's probably easier ways to do this, but this is the way I've chosen to do it. I haven't even tried to see if it works yet, so it might not even work. Yeah, but that's that. So that's our piece that's going to fit in, obviously there. That's going to come up, and they're all going to come up. So cut up your bottom right score line again on each corner. Now, you could make this into a box if you wanted and slot it in to the outer box like this. Or you could cut your corners off and just let it slot in along the edges. It's hard to show you while it's not all stuck together because it won't all squish in. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my corners out all together. And I'm just going to let it squish in. So those sides, it'll just give it a little bit of leeway for those sides to go in and for it all to fit nice and snug. Be a little bit of a push to get it all in, but that'll be glued together, so you can see how that's just going to fit a bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to notch in really slightly on each of my long sides. There are easier ways to do this, but I'm just going with what I've come up with here. With that first box, I didn't do this. I just did I just lined the bottom essentially. But I just felt like it looked like there was something missing because I didn't do the edges. So like I say, just notch in a bit and then it'll just help you just to push it into your corners. And there we go. So then, just now what you want to do is put some glue in between your little mountain and valley. I hope you don't mind that I often do this. I make things up as I go along because I like to show the process sometimes that goes into making things rather than just show you the polished finished product, although if that's what you want to see then you're not going to get that from me. And then I'm just going to pop glue all over the back just to stick it down. I'm not going to like lather it in glue, I'm just going to put bits of, just put a little dollop of Tombow because Tombow will spread and it's only a lining anyway, so it's not like it needs to be weight bearing or anything like that. And then I'm going to pop it in. I mean, after all of that, it does look really nice. And that gives you, press it all down, all the sides down, and that just gives you that, just a bit more of a finished look. And even though you've got your little notches at the edges, it looks nice. It looks like a little design feature. To pull your Tombow towards the edges of your paper so that you get a nice smooth edge. So there, that's where you'd pop your Twix or whatever it is, your larger bar or whatever you're gifting. And then this one, all we have to do with this one is our mountain and valley. Fold and burnish. Am I even in shot? And then just pop it in, and then you can just glue that together. That was much easier, wasn't it? You just glue that together and put some glue on these bits just to hold them in place, and then pop in your paper. I quite like this walled paper in this project, even though I've got the bricks going one way and then another way. I'm not bothered about that. And then if we were to take these sweets, we could use some different ones, but I'm just going to take these ones just to demonstrate. A little pack of chocolate buttons in there. So there is some flexibility with these little. If you wanted to make these really sturdy, which, I mean, it's not that essential, but if you wanted to make them so that they didn't move, then you could just put a bit of glue in and stick them to the sides, or you could put a piece of card in between when you fold it and glue it together. And then, is that the lid for this one? I don't know which is the lid I've just made. Yeah, that's the lid for that one. And then what I did with this one was I tied some green ribbon around. That's on the clearance rack as well at Stampin' Up. You get the green and the red for £3.30, I think, which is bargainous by anyone's standards. So yeah, and then just tie a bow. And in the other one, I did put a sentiment in the lid. I just stamped out a black pretty label. I just punched out a black pretty label, and then I just stuck it inside with a white circle on it. So there you go. Cute little boxes to hold your whatever you want to gift. Okay, there is a different way to line your box, you know, a better way than that. But what I could have done is lined the whole box and then added the dividers, but I was trying to sort of do it in one go. But anyway, it looks great and it serves its purpose, and yeah, have fun making them. Nobody said I was perfect. See you next time. Bye bye.